How do you keep the music playing? Are we on?
Yes, we're on.
Well, you caught me.
I don't always tell her. I kind of just, all of a sudden, we'll have it.
Cute. Obviously, we didn't coordinate this today.
Oh.
But who's on your shoulders?
Well, what was the theme? How do you keep the music playing?
How do you keep the music playing? Oh, okay.
It's a choice.
It is a choice, and I will. My way of doing it is just pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and start all over again. So hello, everybody. It's Marcia and Yo Reno with the Harp Effect. And he has...
I have guests. I've got some guests.
Well, in case you can't see his guests real close, the one on the right shoulder is smiling, and the one on the left is being grumpy.
And it actually had hair, but it fell off. This one did.
Really?
I had hair on, but it fell off.
That's what happens.
A bad hair day.
You have a bad hair day. It all falls off. You know, that's what I was thinking. Oh, you know what?
No,
And on
what?
top of everything else, there must be a fire.
There is a fire. That is a fire.
Every half hour in the last afternoon, something has popped in that was unexpected, unfigured into the equation. So how do you keep the music playing? Well, you look at those two little creatures up on his shoulder and you go, okay, let's have a party. Whoops.
Well, they're going to leave.
They're going to leave?
Well, the reason I did this, because sometimes I'm like a mad scientist with ADD. And sometimes I'm listening to this side, and then sometimes I'm listening to this side. And this side, the right side, always is the optimistic side is, well, you could do this. Where's the opportunity? The other side, I will say, well, there's no opportunity. Nobody likes me. I did it wrong again. Kind of sound like Eeyore. Remember Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh?
From Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah. So these are just like little reminders. But it was something fun. I don't know. I made it up. What the heck? There you go.
Well, now before we go any further, I mean, truly, everybody, I just saw this massive mound of smoke.
It's under control.
It
Not
is?
to worry.
How, where is it? Do you know?
No. No.
Oh, it's okay. So,
But the smoke is changing colors, and so they got it under control. So back to the show.
back to the show,
Yeah.
which is all about how do you I like the way you said it.
I was done. I really was done.
What do you mean? You were done.
Well, I get up pretty early, you know, at least a couple hours before Marcia does, because I do my journaling, I look at
I'm a
stuff.
night owl, so
Not that late. You're not that late anymore, honey. But she does stay up later than me. So I see a lot of things that are going on, and I like history, and, you know, sometimes you're like, I can't believe this is happening. And then when you see all the stuff on social media, what friends are saying about each other, to each other, about this and that, it's like, sometimes I think evil has us, if we let them, whatever it may be. Because, you know, there was a time when, you know, as an example, it'd be like the New York Mets and the New York Yankees. You know, you're all from New York, but I hate you because you're a New York Yankee. Well, I hate you because you're a New York Met. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. You love sports, but yet, little by little by little, it seems to divide. And you divide far enough, you end up with nothing. So how do you keep that from not taking somebody too serious because they have a different point of view?
Or because they're having a bad day.
Yeah.
You know,
And they bring the bad day with them.
and they bring the bad day with them. So if you notice, mine is like, and I haven't really had a bad day. I've had a wonderful day. But this afternoon, it's like there were things like, you know, unexpected things that came up that they can be disappointing, they can be scary, they can make you angry, they can make you all these things if you allow them to. And so last week when we talked about where does the difference begin?
Right.
You know, and it begins in here. And I had to address my own little like pity party of how, and then Rito thought of that song, the song, how do you keep the music playing? Sometimes it's like not easy. But, you know, then I also go what you always say, don't think about what you have to do and all what you can. Think about what I get to do. And all of a sudden, I thought, you know, that's true, what I get to do. And then I had another friend who was having not the best day, and I'm thinking, I have to cheer this person up. I have to do something.
You get to cheer this person
I
up.
get to cheer this person up.
That's where it's a little brain tweak that you have to do. I get to. That makes it elevate. But if you say, I have to, it's like, say, what do you want? As opposed to, what would you like? My pleasure or no problem. Words have power. Words make a difference. You looking at what I brought?
Did you get me a gift?
No, it's part of the show.
Oh, and well, in time, I guess you'll.
I was just wondering when you'd notice.
Well, I didn't know when you want me to notice it. Okay, so what is it?
Well, this is a slot machine.
A slot machine?
Yeah, life's a gamble, but you still got to pull the lever. You still got to go for it.
Oh, Reno, you are so great at this. Take it out.
No, it's kind of a collector's item. Remember Sharper Image, the store?
Yes.
Well, they don't exist anymore. And they haven't existed for a long time.
This is something you've had for how long?
20 years, maybe.
And
it kind of goes with the crystal ball.
I know, with the crystal ball. But can I hold it? I promise I won't open it if that's good. I see. Ooh, the slot machine.
Yeah. It's a real miniature.
Can they really see it?
Yeah, I had it there. But now you're...
Oh, this is great. How fun.
I almost gave it away, but then I go...
No.
Years ago, as a raffle, but I didn't. I gave something else away.
So what is it with the crystal ball?
Well, with the crystal ball, everybody's trying to predict the future rather than living in the present. The present is the present. The future, I mean, you could see your future self now, and what does that do for you? It makes you happy. Or if you see your future self losing, then you're going to be sad. So it goes back to your original thought, you know, it's kind of, we become what we repeatedly think about. And it's not like we don't ever get down, trust us. I mean, we get down, we get on each other's nerves sometimes. And I'll admit it, I get on more her nerves than she does on mine. But
what an honest man here.
But that's because she's been a teacher her whole life, and she's had to deal with students and difficult ones like me.
But I wasn't prepared for this one.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
All those years you were not prepared. That's why we're going. I can't wait till we go to my high school reunion. I'm going to take her to my hood, so to speak, so she'll see where I grew up, and I think it will have a different. You'll have a different outlook. You'll have a different perspective.
Well, many people know I'm from a little town called Barnesville,
Yes.
Ohio, which, by the way, has been voted one of the top 10 small towns in Ohio, best place to retire.
Boring.
No, it's not.
What's there to do there?
Huh?
What's there to do there?
Oh, they've got a theater, they've got a swimming pool. Never mind. But the point is, somebody asked me not too long ago, Marcia, don't you ever get down? And my response is, yes, I do, but I don't go down as deep and I don't stay down very long, because I know that if there's going to be a change, if there's going to be something that has to be taken care of, or somebody needs a little hug, a love, some cheering up, flowers. Lisa, one of my friends, but also student, went to LA today for a callback for a commercial audition. And I coach her, and she's been doing really well. And when she came out of the audition, she made one stop and then called me. She said she went to the mart in downtown LA, where they have all the, the clothes and all the, where you can go and people who own flower shops buy their flower stuff. And she bought a bunch of flowers, and she said, and I told her our show was about how do you get out of the dumps. And she said, well, just tell them you go to the LA Flower Mart.
Well, the other thing too, if you feel like nothing's going right, I mean, you could definitely be in a lot worse places and still have those same problems. Am I correct?
Oh, yes.
Think of all the places that have wars going on, famine. You could have this mentality but be over there. So one of the organizations I'm a part of, or I follow, and I've gone to Zoom calls, is the Grace Ministries, and it's with Susan Patterson, and they bring awareness of how to prevent child trafficking. And it's a very ugly and dark subject, but when you go on these Zoom calls, you find out there are a lot of people trying to make a difference, and they are making a difference. One group is getting teenagers involved. Teenagers are already involved and basically helping other kids not take that route. The students. And that's why I'm always saying, who protects our kids protects our world. And they're making big headways right now. The kids are. And then the men, there's, this lately, these generations are coming up. I don't know what they are, to tell you the honest truth, but there's some really, really serious and good men in this organization. They each have their own affiliation, with Susan Patterson, and they go out and help men understand, whether it's to get away from porn or, pay more attention to their kids, raise their self-esteem. So that's a huge organization. If you're looking for something to do, there's plenty of things to do with your time, rather than just thinking of your next vacation. You're feeling down about this or that. It's to get involved in something that's going to make a difference. And some of these organizations, it could be a full-time job if you wanted it to be. That way you won't have time to think about the war is me. And probably like between me and Marcia, I think lots of times if I'm deep in thought because I'm thinking of a lot of things, then she might start feeling neglected, or I'm trying to finish something and it has nothing to do with her, but yet sometimes she will think, what did she do wrong? And I will explain, you didn't do nothing wrong, but I'm trying to finish this, and I'm thinking this, I'm trying to get through this. And it's like anything that we try to do, we got to spend time in it to get good at it or to understand it. And she'll have her world when she has a show going on. There's papers everywhere, and she looks like a mad scientist, but entertainment mad scientist. And so I leave her be. I don't bug her unless, hey, you want to eat, you're hungry, whatever. But it's different people feeling different things. We just have to go where we want to be in our mind, so to speak.
Wow.
Because otherwise, why tell somebody you love them and then they're like not feeling like they're loved, but you do love them and they love you. But every now and then, I guess you just have to take a break to really show them too. And I think sometimes that's where I fall short. So, but I do the cooking. I do wash her car. I do help her with her computer. What else?
Everything. He helps me with everything. He's fabulous. I would say I can't complain, but every now and then I maybe just a little itsy bitsy one.
You
for
just
something.
need a little attention. We all do, really. We all do, yeah, right?
And I
think we're-
believe that that's where we came up with this idea, because it just seemed like so many of our friends, not you know, just really down and out, but were saying, I just, because my friends are usually always very positive and very up, and I take it as a privilege that a friend who's not feeling on their A game will turn to me and just say, well, I don't know, I don't know, it seems like I don't know why, but I'm just feeling down. And you know, you don't tickle them to get them better. You give them hugs and you support it and recognize it.
Yeah, recognize, that's good. Look for the good, because I think what I'm noticing in some friends, not all, but I think the reason a lot of them are getting down is because of what the media is showing, because you want to believe in something so bad and so much that you get tunnel vision, and then all of a sudden you're not paying attention and you get that, you know, that right cross or that uppercut, and you didn't see it coming because you didn't question anything. You didn't question anything. Why did they say that? Why are they doing that? As opposed to, oh, it'll be okay, it'll be okay, it'll be okay. And then next thing you know, you're knee deep in poo-poo. Right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, and so we decided that rather than trying to just make fluff of everything and happy, to come on the show and believe that we can somehow make a difference in uplifting first ourselves, obviously, and then those around you. Your family. How many times do we sort of shortchange somebody that we really care about by like snapping or, you know, just not taking serious or whatever? And it's hard sometimes to just get through that. My mother was a great one for coming out of depression and shaking you out of depression. She would always she'd find some way, even if it was one of her best ones when I was little, was a little bag of pink lozenges. They had to be pink lozenges. My parents had a restaurant, and so she would, if I was like kind of, so if you come across any pink lozenges in your travels, I haven't seen them like that, but they were like round, like sort of like a nickel kind of, only thicker, like, you know, and they were so good. And she'd put a little bag and I would just be in heaven. And so sometimes I just pretend that I'm eating pink lozenges.
There you go. Pretending and imagination is good, and that's why childhood is so important for a kid to be a kid. And kind of goes back to about depression. Depression is, I think, really being overused. Just because you feel down or something didn't go your way doesn't mean you're depressed.
Right.
Because think of the soldiers that have PTSD. Now that can be some serious depression. But because your friend didn't like you, or you didn't like something you saw on social media, or nobody wished you a happy birthday, you know, it could go on and on. But, you know, with the kids and this depression stuff, what I've seen, because I've been to the school board meetings and I read up on it, they're making it so easy to almost groom the kids. So how long have you felt this way? Are you sure you don't want to be this way? Oh, you must be really depressed. Well, let me talk to you some more and let me embed that depression deeper into you. And that's what's happening to the kids. And it goes back again, who protects our children, protects our world. And when those kids go off to school, they're gone for 6, 7, 8 hours. We as parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles, there's a good way to get you out of depression if you're paying attention to your grandkids, your kids, your nieces, your nephews. Find out what they're learning, what they're not learning. See,
Yeah.
See, depression is, that type of stuff. It better just be part-time, because there's a lot of full-time stuff that needs our attention. There's a lot of full-time stuff that needs our attention. So don't mess around part-time in depression.
Amen. That's very good.
I just made it up.
Oh, well, but that's good, Rena, because what happens to me is I feel ineffectual to do. I see a wrong, I can't seem to right it, to get it.
You sound like Kennedy.
Like who?
Kennedy. My brother saw, some people see wrong and say why, and some people, how does that go?
Say why not?
Yeah.
Yes, well, it's like, but sometimes, like, how can I actually have some kind of a force in what's going on in the big picture? I think I do pretty well on, a fairly big one. Like, I'm looking and I'm seeing,
The fire's getting smaller.
the fire's getting smaller and smaller, and that's making me very happy.
Yeah.
Because just imagine if it wasn't, it was going the other direction. Whoops. No.
Nah, we're ready
So,
for it.
okay.
We got water hoses everywhere. We're good.
Well, so now that we are kind of up and jolly and happy, I am. How about you?
That sounds like high school. What is it? What is that cheer where they say, "We got spirit. How about you?" Remember that? Isn't that? Remember?
Yes.
How did they say it? We got spirit. Yes, we do. We got spirit. How about you? Did you ever do that cheer in high school?
Yes, yes, yes. And
Yeah.
and I was thinking today, when we were younger, was it easier to deal with depression or being down and kind of funky, or is it easier now? I'd like to believe I've learned how to deal with anything that's going to not be positive to my life.
Yeah. Well, I think the other generation, it was easier not to be in depression. I think this generation, it's easier because the media, big pharma, educational system, they're trying to instill that in you. And these kids, some of these kids, though, they're still persevering. I know my nephews are, my grandkids are.
Yes, they are. And so are mine.
And what they do is they hang out with other like-minded, goal-oriented kids. Of course, they'll get into trouble sometimes. They may not always be perfect. But they're not going to go too far down that other path. I can guarantee it. I can guarantee that. And I want to just do a reach out, because we have several friends that watch us, and they might be going through some stuff, but our door is always open. You may not be able to stay the night. No, I'm just kidding. But our door is always open if you want to come on over, or you can invite us over.
It's true. And I always say to my friends when I'm, and as I would like say now to you, I'm only a phone call away. Whether I have the power or not to lift you up, I'm going to give it a chance, because in the long run, I'm the one who benefits from it too. Mm-hmm. And so here we are, like we're at the end of July. How this happened, I have no clue that we've gotten to August.
And it's barely 100 degrees today. It's like nothing. Right?
Right.
Global warming might beep beep.
And so as a result, I know that cooler weather's coming, and we'll all be complaining because we're freezing.
Not me.
Nor me.
No.
I really like it when I can wear my heavier clothes. Anyway, well, do you think? Have we made you happy? See if we made anybody happy.
Well, hold on. Yeah, that's the one thing about weather. People can ask me, well, what's the weather like? What do you think it's going to be? And I don't know. It doesn't matter if it's hot or cold. It's not going to stop me doing whatever I want to do. I used to run in the rain. I ran when it was 110 degrees. So I ran in the snow before. So it doesn't matter. You're going to do what you want to do. If you really, really want to do it. If you want to go visit a friend, but you say, oh, it's too hot today. then you probably really didn't want to go visit that friend. I mean, that's, I think, from being in the construction trade for, 35, almost 40 years in the past, all my friends were in construction. We just had to get it done. You got injured, you used duct tape to fix it. You needed help, there was always somebody in the construction trade that could help you. We just had a mentality, get it done, look out for your fellow workers, your fellow friends, and make the most of it. At the end of the day, hey, who's having the barbecue? And that was kind of, it was weird being a nerd in school and then all of a sudden, boom, getting the construction trade and like, hey, this is pretty cool. I can even cuss a little bit. But I wanted to introduce a couple of quick things about these books. Because people are going through different illnesses and, the doctors, the medical field, that's why they call it a practice, they'll, whatever. But this is like probably a really, really good book. I've had it for, 30 years.
I don't know. What's the title?
I'm going to have to read it. It's called The Cure for All Diseases. The Cure for All Diseases. And it's by Hulda Reghor Clark. Just look up Hulda, Hulda Clark, C-L-A-R-K.
Hulda, Hulda Clark.
Yeah, I think she
And it's called what again?
The Cure for All Diseases. It's a thick book, but as you can see, there's a lot of tabs in there. I highlighted it because, being healthy, Marcia and I, and trying, mentally and physically and spiritually, it's an ongoing process. And this one I've had for 30 years. I've never had cancer. I've known a few people that have. But it's called the ESSIAC report.
The what?
ESSIAC. It's Cassie spelled backwards. Yeah.
I got.
You want to see it?
Yes. It's the
ESSIAC.
ESSIAC report. It's what spelled backwards?
Cassie.
No.
C-A-I-S-S-E. Cassie.
Cassie. Okay.
And
Cassie.
It's by Richard Thomas. In this book, it talks about cancer and what their protocol was. And it's really fascinating because JFK's doctor at the time, I think shortly after JFK died, tried to get this in the mainstream. It was, I think, originated in Canada. But they wouldn't. They didn't let them. And finally, I guess the book came out, and, people can read it. There's tons of testimonials in this. The book was written, probably 30 years ago, but, those home remedies and different things, they still work for today. So it's a good book, the ESSIAC report by Richard Thomas. Just read it. I'm not saying it's a cure for whatever, but it definitely is
worth a try.
Worth looking into.
Worth it look. And let's see what else is going on. My good friend Bonnie Gilgallen is doing her cabaret show out by the Camelot Theater on the 1st of August. And so look it up if you can. Bonnie Gilgallen. I'm sure it's going to be a wonderful evening of entertainment.
Jason Tobias.
Who?
Jason. I had his home for sale there at Parkview. Remember Parkview, the mobile home park?
Yes.
Up against the mountain?
Yes.
Yeah, he moved to Desert Hot Springs. He's watching.
Oh, Jason, I see every now and then your name comes up. Thank you very much.
He thinks you're fabulous, babe. Yeah.
Ooh,
he used to work at the Racket Club. He knows secrets. Right, Jason? You know secrets.
Jason, I really appreciate it, which makes me feel, sometimes I get down because so many people do send me beautiful messages and notes, and takes me forever to get back to you, but thank you.
Maybe we could have Jason on our show, and he could tell us all the secrets of the Racket Club.
Give him a call. You expect a call, Jason.
Jason said, Live the moment.
Live the moment.
Which is good advice, but hard to do.
Jason Tobias says, live the moment, which is good advice, but hard to do.
Thanks.
Yes, that's wonderful advice. And as you can see, just being here and being with you all and everything, I'm ready to party.
Jane Stovall.
Oh, you couldn't have picked a better time to tune in, Jane. You've been on my mind. I think about you because she's my high school buddy that I miss terribly, and we've stayed in such good contact. I love it, and I love you. And wow.
Jason said, yeah, he would like to do our show.
And Jane Silva, you come out to California, you can do the show. And I'll even get you a pair of clown shoes. It's a story, you kind of had to be there, but it was a funny story about clown shoes. You know, the flapper clown shoes?
There you go.
Okay, I know you're smiling right now if you're still watching. And so, how about it?
We're good. I think we covered all bases.
I do wish for everyone that something we've said, something we've tried to express works for you, just even if it's just a start, and may everything that has been reduced to noise in you become music again. So let's keep the music playing.
Yeah.
Because music and friendship has no distance. I love you all so much. Thank you for being with us today.
And I have one closed party note.
Okay.
Truth can be terrifying. Knowledge makes a man unfit to be a slave.
Wait, you got to say that again.
Truth is terrifying. Knowledge makes a man unfit to be a slave. So, my friends, question everything. It's all a cabaret.
Yeah, life is a cabaret. Yes.
All right.
Oh.
Bye, everybody. Hey, thanks, Jason, for tuning in. And
yes, thanks, Jason and Jane, for tuning in. And
I think we will hit you up on that. That was
yes.
some fascinating times.
Oh my gosh, see what happened in just a little bit of time. I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm feeling terrific. Like I said, I'm ready to party.
Say bye, babe.
Bye, everybody. I love you.